Hi, Christine. Good morning.
Hey, how
Marcelo.
are you?
I'm great. Hope you are. Marcelo, are you translating today?
Yeah, hello Linda, how are you? Good morning.
Doing great.
Yeah.
So you are
Okay. Yeah, I will be helping with the translation. So if you can, thank you very much.
All right, I'll get you set up right now. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
No, of course. Let me prepare everything here.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Geshe-la should be arriving shortly. So for those of you in the Gampa or out in the lobby, you can go ahead and come on in and let's get prepared for Geshe-la's arrival. Okay, good. And a couple of really quick announcements of some exciting things coming up. Discovering Buddhism Module 5 starts tomorrow evening. That's Death and Rebirth with Steve Smith, in person and online. So feel free to join. If you haven't been coming or joined Discovering Buddhism, no worries. This is a good time to start. And then on Tuesday, we have a one night only with Venerable Rabina Corton. She'll be back in town. She'll be teaching on ego grasping. So that's from 7 to 9 to, Tuesday evening. All right. Geshe-la should be here shortly. Good morning, Mona. I think I've said hi to everyone else. Oh, and Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Linda, and everyone.
Thanks for turning on cameras, you guys. Geshe does like to see everyone. He really does. So if you're able to and willing to, I recommend it. And hey, Carmen. It's good to see you. Hi, Haim. Good morning. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Allie. Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Lamo. It's good to see you. Good morning, Jennifer, and everyone else on YouTube as well. Hi, Susanna. Michael. Geshe-la is here.
Okay, we'll begin our Sunday prayers. If you are in the Gold Prayer Book, we're on page 34. Yeah, we got two of us on the screen here. We're providing a little comic relief this morning. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Was that 2 times or 3? Because we had technical things going on, and I'm sorry I was not focused. Okay, my apologies. Okay, now, still on page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book, we will do the Medicine Buddha stanza and mantra. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha lapis light. Te ata om bekanse, bekanse, maha bekanse, bekanse, raja samudgate soha. Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha Teata Om Bekanse Bekanse Maha Bekanse Bekanse Raja Samudgate Soha. Now still on page 34, we have the four immeasurables. And let's shake things up a little bit today, and we'll say it twice in English, and then the third time we'll chant in Tibetan. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Sem chen tam che de wa dam de And now on page 37 in the Gold Prayer Book, we'll chant the Chenrezig verse of praise and mantra, followed by the Green Tara verse of praise and mantra. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect crown crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings, to you, Chenrezig, all-seeing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Tare liberates from psychic existence. Tu Tare liberates from the 8 fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 And now return to page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book, and Geshe, can you lead us in the Taking Refuge in Bodhicitta?
Sanje choda tsonje chanju chushenje beso nanje lola menje sanje nomayo Sanje choda tsonje chonola chanju mono nane lola menje sanje nomayo Sanje chodan soje chonon chanjo manon yube zonam je adoma leje pada ala me mena me anje omono nyaje lalo cheche zonga chawa chepana sanje asonga rado cheche neve cheche mo neda cheche tampe cheche cheche teshe che namo la yeke dano da neje ke ade mono na me yeke dano roga kunja na na ne dama tamche ke danda chute Anche tu sei ne sono andato a mia mamma e tambe ce ne tenze poco dante allora ciao Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. See? Good nap. Good nap. In case you don't sleep well last night, good nap. Welcome to nap. Just sit together here. No correction. Maybe first, please would you mind to introduce to each other yourself? So then after that, I will start the class. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now begin with short meditations. Short meditations. Maybe only 2 hours. Short, short, short meditation. For the sake of meditations, if you can set aside your worries, concern, worry, tie that worry, tie with the past, worry, tie with the present moment, worry, tie with the future. If it's possible, please, for the sake of meditations, if you can set aside that, just put it away. And also expectations. Nothing to analyze. Nothing to analyze. We are not trying to find something, nothing to analyze. In this meditation, there's nothing to look, nothing to analyze. Just pause a little bit. Beware of your awareness. Be aware of your awareness. That's the meditations. Be aware of your awareness, or focus, space between thought. Next few minutes. At the beginning, your meditations might look like murky water. There's a lot of dust. Will settle down. Then your meditation become like still, clear water. Again, please be aware of your awareness. Please be mindful that you're being aware of your awareness. Be mindful that you're being aware of your awareness. When the thought pops up, simply recognize them, don't follow. When thought rise, simply recognize them, don't follow. Be aware of your awareness. Be aware of your awareness. Be mindful that you're being aware of your awareness. You're being aware of your awareness. Be mindful that you are being aware of your awareness. When thoughts rise, simply recognize them, don't follow. Don't make story, don't follow. When thoughts rise, simply recognize them, don't follow or don't make stories. Don't think a thing you are thinking about, simply being aware of your awareness. Don't think a thing you are thinking about, simply being aware of your awareness. Don't think a thing you are thinking about, simply be aware of your awareness. Be mindful you are being aware of your awareness. When thoughts rise, simply recognize them, don't make story and follow. Now your meditations become like still, clear water. All dust settle. Now ask yourself, Now this is analytical meditations, not necessarily concentrations. Meditation we just did is like concentration meditations. So now this is more like analytical. Now ask, am I my name? Am I my name? Am I my hair? Am I my head? Am I my teeth? Face, body, nail, nose, eye, tongue, oxygen, liver, kidney, everything, blood, liquid, heat, space, am I? What kind of conclusion you reach through this analytical meditation? What kind of conclusion you reach? Are you experiencing absence of self? Absence of self. In that absence of self, do you experience present self? Do you experience the self's present in that absence? What conclusion you reach? Did you reach? Are you experiencing absence of self? In that absence, do you see the presence of self? Present of self. All right. Yeah. Finish. Finish. Did you see presence of self in the absence of self? Does that make sense at all? Doesn't make sense at all. Huh? Did you experience absence of self when you do this analytical meditation? I am not happy, I'm this, I'm that. Did you ever thought about how to define self? How you define self? How you present self? What is your idea that you're perceived by somebody else? How? Based on what? This meditation is critical because everything begins with self. You become attached to self. So then from there, everything, my look, my hair, my body, my education, my religion, my country, my people, my team, my everything, all the complications begin from there. So therefore, it's very important to figure it out. Very important to figure it out. One of the best way to do is like that, analyze. So then what kind of conclusion you reach doing this analytical meditation? What do you find? Did you find self in the eye, or in the nose, or nail? Without that, you can recognize. Without that, without this base, it's impossible to recognize self or like present self to somebody else. That's the fact. It's nothing to do with religion. That's the fact. But the base is not self. That's how you define self, based on this body. But the body itself, you went to every part, you realize it's not self. In the very end, what you experience, absence of the self, is not just self, absence of the self that you think what self is. You don't reach the conclusion of absence of self. That's impossible. Self exists. It's not when I say absence of self, the self, your idea, our idea of self. So that absence of that, you reach absence of that. So that's why I ask questions. Do you see the presence of self in that absence? Make sense? Or I'm making you more crazy? Make sense? Yeah, you can say if it doesn't make sense, then you need to learn Tibetan. So then I start talking Tibetan. It will be much better. So that's all I can say in English, unfortunately. That's all I can say. Yeah, if it doesn't make sense, you can say, oh, Geshe-la doesn't make sense. So then maybe somebody else helps in better English, so like, it's not the absence of self, it's the absence of your idea of self. That dismantle, reshape, disfigure, dismantle, that is the absence. Now the second question is, do you see the presence of self in that absence? Right now, when I think about absence, I can see present. When I focus on the present, I cannot see absence. Absence, the same thing, the same thing, same thing. Because of absence, it is present. Because it is present, because it's absent, because it is absent. Absent? Yeah, so now it don't make any sense. It's not making any sense. Present should not obscure absence. Absence should not obscure or negate present. It should be one. Now, maybe start to understand a little bit when you read the Heart Sutra, say form is just example. You could say you, Gishgele, you are emptiness. What? You are emptiness. Form is emptiness in the Heart Sutra. Form is not emptiness. Emptiness you cannot see. It's like abstract. Form is physical, you can touch. What do you mean like form is emptiness? Not just that, emptiness is form. Form is not different than emptiness. Emptiness is not different than form. Oh, now, slowly, maybe something's clicking. Something's clicking. Oh. Absent, present, same thing. Now, slowly, something's clicking. Oh. So, the notion of self is completely different. What you're experiencing and what you're thinking. Your thinking of self is kind of dismantled, disfigured, reshaped. So now that you're experiencing presence of self in that absence is different. What is it? Is it like merely label? So I'll stop here now. So that's enough. Oh yeah, you want to say something? Oh, okay.
Hang on one second, Rebecca. And if you can speak very slowly right into the mic so that the interpreter online can catch everything. Okay.
Am I making you more confused, all my friends on Zoom? Oh yeah.
Geshe-la, thank you so much for that. And I just want to say on behalf, I don't know on behalf of everybody, but on behalf of myself, your English is perfectly sufficient, and I understand 99.5% of everything that you say.
Thank you, very kind.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
One question. Merely level, I've never heard that concept before. Merely level, I have no idea what that means.
Merely
Yeah, so-
labeled.
Yeah.
Merely
Merely
labeled.
labeled? I don't know what that means.
See, like psychology in the West is very new. Buddhism, that's very old, thousands of years old. So there's many things in the West you don't hear, like I'm not saying that one is better than another one, that's the fact. Merely label, we see label, people put label, or when we gather, we put label. You want people to know who you are. But what you put it here, that's not you. That's just, is that you? Is that not you? Yeah, you just put labels. So, like, people obviously see your body, so that's not enough. So then, it's like, that's what I'm thinking about trying to say, like, notion of self. You have idea about yourself. So that idea needs to be analyzed. Otherwise, many unnecessary stress generate based on that idea, which is actually not correct. Sorry to say, it's not correct. So now, the self that you are experiencing now, that absence that you went through analytical meditations, before you are thinking 100 thoughts. Doing that meditation now is slowly, all this thought just, faded away, and you live with one thought, just being aware of your awareness. What it looks like nothing. That's what is being aware. So that's how the dust settles in the water. That dust refers to the thought. Many thought now slowly. What happened? Because you are placing all your mental attention into one single thing. So that's what happens. That's what's happening. That's what is happening. You're narrowing, you're gathering all your mental attention into one object. That's how dust settles. That's how thought fades. momentarily the fades away. So when that meditation becomes like that, then you ask yourself, am I go through? That's called analytical meditation. First one is more like concentration meditation, then analytical meditations. What you reach, absence. Meaning you don't find. If you don't find, there's absence. That's what you're looking for. There's absence of death. Whatever in this case, you're looking for self. You're not finding. That is the absence of what you're looking for. You cannot say there's absence of self. There is no absence of self. There is no absence of self. It does not exist. So that's why you don't experience. What you are experiencing, your absence of your idea of self is now absence. You are experiencing absence of your idea of self, your notion of self. That's what you're experiencing. Now I ask second question, do you see the presence of self? Do you see or experience presence of self? Or you just say, disappear. I disappear. So like in Tibet, you were here, you put a pin. When this meditation becomes very serious, people do freak out. So then they touch, then it hurts because the pin. It hurts, then you say, oh, I'm still here. I'm not, I didn't really disappear. I thought I disappeared, but I'm still here. That's put. Nihilism. There's a risk. You think, oh, I don't exist. That's not true. There's one extreme view. That's why the Shunyata is called middle way. Free from two extreme view. One, super exaggerated. That's the self that we experience. Super exaggerated self. That's our idea of self, super exaggerated. Going through this analytical meditation, reaching to the conclusions, absence. That's the absence of your idea of self. It's not absence of self. If you think there's absence of self, then you do get scared because you think I disappear. You don't disappear. You put some heater there, just touch. So then, like that. So now, self that you're experiencing in absence, is that mere self? Is that mere self? John, is that mere John level on this aggregate appearances? Is that the John merely level John? Is not, that is mere exclude, exaggerated, so much exaggerated, based on title, position, education, positions, hair, looks, size, job, education, all kinds of things, makes you nuts. Sorry, make you nuts. Not just you, me too. So that's called merely level, that's all. Merely level. It's not independent, it's not absolute, it's not serious, it's just merely level. It's just cold. You are cold, you are a bad person. Am I a bad person? No, I was cold. Well, my friends see I'm the best. Am I bad or best both? That's impossible. How one can be both? Impossible. Is that just perceptions? The way of perceiving things, the perceptions. It's not the fact. It's not the fact. It's perceptions. So perceptions. May all sentient beings have happiness, cause of happiness. Seriously think from the bottom of your heart. Wish every person to be happy. That perceptions, yeah, that's good perceptions. Beneficial, more helpful. Yeah, how many times our perceptions drive us nuts? How many times? For what? Nothing. What do you get? Nothing. What do you get? Nothing. Why are you so angry? What do you get? Nothing. Zero. What your friend get? Zero. Nobody gets gain anything. Gain anything. Positive thought. Positive thought. You gain so much, somebody else gain good things. Benefits each and everybody. Benefits each and everybody. That's why in the very beginning, may all sentient beings have happiness and cause of happiness. You wish, you sincerely wish, everybody to be happy, regardless. They're American, Tibetan, Buddhist, not Buddhist. Why you care? Why you care? Why you care if somebody Buddhist or not? Why you care? If you care their happiness, you get something. Every single second, you, me, what we are looking, happiness. Same thing. Why are you being so hard on someone else? Do you like if someone's being very hard on you? Do you like that? No. Same, that person doesn't like. Doing something the person doesn't like doesn't produce anything positive. That person probably react negatively, then you have no happiness. Dunga tamutsame meditations, nobody wants even the slightest problem. Nobody, you, your neighbor, people from other side of the world, but nobody. Do we understand that? Nobody wants suffering, nobody. You can talk about universal peace or world peace just from here. You need to understand, you have to have reason how the world peace began, how the peace in the family began. It began from here. It doesn't begin from mouth, it begins from here. When it comes down to happiness, nobody is satisfied, nobody content. Is that true? That's true. It's nothing to do with religion, that's true. Are you satisfied? No. Am I satisfied? No. Is this the quality? No, it's not quality. Oh. You still need to improve. You, she, other, there's no differences. Same thing. Therefore, do something what other people's looking for. Do something for what others looking for. More likely that person may become friend with you, become close to you, because you are doing something that person is looking for. You are not destroying what that person is looking for. The moment you destroying yourself, same thing. But you think you are destroying somebody else, actually, indirectly, you are destroying yourself, your peace of mind. When you do that, then you don't care. That means you don't care. You don't care about yourself. You just say, oh, I love myself. Actually, you don't love yourself. You don't have respect to yourself. You don't believe, you don't have faith in yourself. Then that leads to so many problems. So I'm not sure why I'm saying this, but positive thought, our life will be better off. Negative thought, we will not do well. We will not do good. That's why it boils down. The moment you start seeing something negative, you don't get any benefit. Zero. You don't get any benefit. So maybe it's time to wake up. Why we do that? Maybe time to wake up. Positive thought, better for, that's called mental health. Healthy mind, that's called healthy mind. When you have a healthy mind, your body will function better. May not cure the disease, but you are physically, it can't benefit. There's like mental well-being contribute to physical well-being. may not cure, maybe possibly could cure, but it's very important. So anyway, so meditation, so that's the merely level. Now my perception changed because I just came out of these meditations. My perception of self is different, now it's different. When I look at here, my perception of this prayer is different, it's different, it's different. Okay. That's enough. No.
Geshe-la, coming out of the meditation on self, would it be fair for me to say that the self is actually emptiness, and emptiness is self?
Yeah, technically that's very correct. That's very correct. So right now, in English word, the emptiness, if I'm not sure, like when you hear this word, what kind of idea you get. Tibetan is called Toni. We don't get idea when you hear this word, when you read, you get some different ideas. It's not, we don't get idea of nothingness, we get idea of something very subtle, very vast. That's the English word, it's not Tibetan word, emptiness, the English word. I was wondering when you hear this word, what you are thinking, like, what is your understanding? Like, what do you understand when you hear this word, emptiness? What do you understand? Another word, suchness. When you hear the word, what you are thinking, what you are getting out of this word, what you are getting. If you are getting out of nothing, that's called nihilism. It's no good, nothing. So that's why we keep using word shunyata. Sanskrit word, shun, peace, just peace. If you are getting that idea, that's wonderful. If you are not getting that idea, if you are getting nothing, it's not good, it's not good. So it's up to you whether you use that, continue to use that word emptiness or maybe replace with something else. That's up to the native speaker. I can decide. So what I was wondering is like what kind of message you are getting when you hear this word. Shunyata, shun, peace, shun, just peace. That's exactly what it's supposed to, when you experience, just peace, no stress, just peace. Oh yeah, something, what else? Anybody want to say something?
Could I just add?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Just add one little bit there.
Yeah,
I
so that's
appreciate
good.
you pointing me in the direction of the word Shineta. The reason I didn't go there is I really wasn't sure of the pronunciation that people to get it correct.
Okay.
But coming out of that meditation on self, that was the gist that I was getting. The self is a peaceful, open place.
Oh, good.
As you said, emptiness in the English language kind of gets a bad spin. And I was not coming away with something negative. I was coming out with something very open, very peaceful, and very vast.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. So I hope that everybody understands the same thing. I'm just wondering. I'm not saying this or that. So yesterday I have like discussion with the Philips here. So do you remember, please, that we use glass as example? Please say that, please give say what I said. I forgot what I said. I think I said it very well, but I forgot. Yeah.
I think what you were saying is that when you look at the glass on the table, it's the same as the broken glass on the floor. It goes back to the form is formless and formless is form. I actually had a question. Would it be,
I thought your question is finished at my home. Okay.
would it be more accurate to say that my notion of self is incomplete, not incorrect?
Unless you experience emptiness. So in that
Correct.
regard, then it's complete.
In that way, it's incomplete because it doesn't recognize formless. It only recognizes form. My notion of self only recognizes form,
Yeah,
not formlessness, so it's incomplete.
yeah, in that sense, yeah, that's true.
But when I recognize both, that they exist simultaneously,
Other way to say is like, probably don't like to hear, but it's a mistake. It's a mistake. Yeah, you are just living on mistaking identity of self. That's sorry, that's what it is. So, or you could prove me wrong, so maybe you could say something. I will listen very carefully. Yeah, I'm not going to reject. I will listen, definitely listen what you have to say. It's not coming from my idea. I just study. So it's not my idea. I just come out with this idea yesterday, this morning. It's not like that. No, this idea has been there for like thousands of years.
my conclusion at the end of our discussion was that the reason I have peace is because I recognize that there's no difference between the cup that's on the table and the broken cup on the floor. They're the same. They're one.
What do you say? So see, like, you can, so here, you can talk. Now when you say absence of cup, does that mean no cup? That's the question. When I say absence of cup, does that mean like no cup on the table? If that's the yes, then it's incorrect. That's not correct. I'm not talking about disappear of cup from the table. I'm talking about the cup is on the table, and on that base, I'm talking about absence of cup. Now, is this hard? Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. Because I'm focusing on presence of cup, presence of cup, that's what I'm focusing on. Now you say absence of cup, I don't understand. What are you talking about, absence of cup? Am I making am I making any sense at all? Now the question is, do you see absence of cup? Not here, here. Same time, do you see the presence of cup? Very good. If you see they're both pretty good, maybe you're close to liberated. So now, what do you mean absence of cup? That nothing to do with the object. Is when you say absence of cup, with the presence of cup, with the presence of cup, when you say absence of cup, with the presence of cup, it's not about the cup, it's about idea. Your idea of cup. We are talking about your idea of cup. There's, when you see the absence of cup on the presence of cup, your idea of cup is reshaped, disfigured, dismantled. Now your idea of cup is merely level. Easy to say, sorry, I don't experience emptiness. My experience of emptiness is like just zero. Not small zero, huge zero, big zero. Not small zero is huge. So don't ever think that, oh, Gila experience emptiness. Not at all. I'm not trying to be humble here. I'm telling the truth. My experience of emptiness is like big zero. That's all. Intellectual understanding, pretty good, pretty good. But it's not really corresponding here. It's just roaming here. Going round, maybe about to go here, come here, disappear. They're mostly here. Trying to go here, so then try to reach, disappear. Back to here. So that's what I mean. Absence of cup doesn't mean there's big difference between absence of cup and disappear. How is it? How you say? Disappear of cup. Disappearance of cup. If you think of disappearance of cup, that's called nihilism. You are falling into one extreme view. You are not in the middle way. You are falling into one extreme view, not in the middle way. When you see both, oh, you are in the middle way. That's called, sometimes shunyata called middle way approach, middle way path. So it's not easy. We are so caught up with the present. Can't think absence. When I think of absence, I lose presence. When I focus on present, I lose absence. I don't understand. I'm having hard time to wrap my head around that two concepts, absence. So now slowly I read Hatsuta. Form is emptiness. Something's clicking. Emptiness, form. Something's clicking. Form is not different than emptiness. Emptiness is not different than form. Oh, now, it's getting better. It's getting a little better. Knowledge-wise, getting a little better. I am emptiness. Emptiness, me, you are not different than emptiness. Emptiness is not different than you are. Conventional, ultimate, same. So now you start to think deeper. Maybe saying something important that I kind of missed. So then, question is how to experience. Experiencing absence of cup is not that easy. It has to begin with the self. There's like guidelines, how to meditate. You go through every single outside, inside, every single, what do you reach? What do you reach? How you say, what do you reach?
What conclusion do you come to?
Yeah, what conclusion do you come to? What conclusion do you come to? Now your idea of self is finished. It's pretty much gone. Cannot find. If you cannot find, you can say exists. How it exists? When you look, it doesn't exist because you look, you cannot find. Say, go to the inside the gomba, bring the prayer wheel. Prayer wheel is not there. On the table, I went there. There's no prayer wheel on the table. You can't just push. Oh, there's prayer wheel. There's no prayer wheel. That's the fact. If there's prayer wheel, you should find. So now, our idea of self that you're trying to find, so much built on, so much stories tied with that, so much emotions, so many negative things built on tied with that. Yourself is just like stories. That's all you think. It's not. It is not. That's your idea. That's why you don't experience peace. You understand? That's your idea. It's not the actual self. So now how you can dismantle that? Need to go. Do you believe when you reach to that conclusion, do you believe you experience peace? Do you believe? Not believe, do you think you will experience some level of peace when you reach to that conclusion? So that's called shunyata. Shun, peace, just peace. Shunyata. Not just talking, need to meditate. need to meditate, then you will experience. As I said, I'm not saying that I experience. It's all here, for me it's all here. Maybe you'll do better job. If I explain, maybe you do better job. Maybe you could reach there. There's the way to reach. I'm already explained how to reach. Who said hundreds of years ago? This is the text. It's not just, I just made it up last night. Just read. So now, absence of cup doesn't mean disappearance of cups. For you, it used to be like that. No, now, not now, not now. Now, absence of cup doesn't mean disappearance of cups. Absence of self doesn't mean disappearance of self. It means something deeper. It means something deep that I never thought about. So maybe slowly, absence of cup does not negate presence of cup. Presence of cup does not negate absence of cup. It's both is there. It's both there. So it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard, right? It requires some effort. Yeah. What do you want to say? Yeah. So, yeah. 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 You don't have to have a question. You can also make a statement. Welcome to make a statement.
Well, regarding the concept of emptiness, I'm wondering whether there is another word that could be used instead of emptiness in the English language. For instance, in mathematics, there is a concept of zero, right? Mm-hmm. Which means that there is like nothing else in a formula. Mm-hmm. There is also another way to achieve zero, which is with something is steady. Then it doesn't change. Then technically, like the change of that system is also zero. When something doesn't change, it's kind of like another zero. But there are also words like nothingness, void, vacuum. So when we use the word emptiness, I always think of a container. And you open it and you look inside and there is nothing. So emptiness implies that something is empty, has nothing inside of it. So I always had these thoughts of a container and you peer into it and you see nothing. So nothingness, void, vacuum, zero, any of those words could be used as a synonym or replace emptiness or...
Please, donations from you. So, yeah, very, very good question, very good question. Now, please help us to, in English language, help us.
When I think of this, what really helps me is I see a continuum of inherent existence, emptiness of inherent existence. So, for instance, with a cup, I might see the earth that was changed into clay, that was put in a factory and made for me, or made and then traveled here. So there's a very big continuum. And if I can, for myself also, the continuum of going back and back and back, if I see that, it helps me understand that it is a cup, but it's changing and it's going to be something else eventually, perhaps. Mm-hmm. So it helps me to see a flow.
Mm-hmm. Very good, wonderful.
What I think about is similar to what Susie just said. Whenever I see the word emptiness, it confuses me. It's like what Orlando said, it looks like empty box. So whenever I see the word emptiness, I instead say to myself, empty of inherent existence. So if I always say, when I see the word emptiness, always say to myself, empty of inherent existence, then when I see the cup, I say, well, there is a cup, but it's empty of inherent existence, meaning it took many different causes and conditions to make it appear as cup. And if any one of those causes and conditions was different, it would not be the cup as we see it. When I think of myself, I am empty of inherent existence. There are many different causes and conditions that make me feel or exist the way that I possibly exist.
When you think about, when you, when you think of, all the, for everybody, everyone who asks, when you think about absence of inherent yourself, when you think about absence of inherent existence, does that create some peace? Huh? Oh, that's very good. Then that's very good.
Yes, then it helps me to realize that there is something called the self, but it's many different causes and conditions that come together, and it's changing all the time.
So that's good. That gives you some peace.
Yes.
That's good. Then maybe something like that. I'm not what I'm thinking. I'm not what I'm thinking. Huh? Yeah, I'm not thinking what I am because there's so many stories, pain, tied with that idea. That's not me. Deeper level.
But also it makes me feel, gives me some hope in that because I am a result of, I'm not an inherent self, I'm a result of many causes and conditions. There are some of those things that I have control of, some that I don't. But at least, it makes me feel like, well, if to be happy, I need to try and figure out what are those things I can control and what I cannot control that I can let go of.
Yeah, good. So now, different choice of word. The gentleman asked different choice of word beside emptiness. Emptiness, nothingness. Emptiness is not nothingness. It means something very subtle, profound, that I never experienced. Have some ideas, but never experienced. So that's what people are supposed to get the message when they hear the word emptiness. Shunyata, Tongbani, Tishini, Tibetan. Yeah, we do get that idea. When you hear the word Tongbani, it doesn't mean nothingness. It means something that needs to be learned, studied, and look at very closely and like analyze. That's what we hear in Tibetan word Tongbani. That's what you hear. When you hear the word emptiness, if you think like, then nothingness, there's, unfortunately, there's obstacle. It's not helping you to understand the shunyata idea of emptiness. It's like you are just, it's leading you to nothingness. That's like one extreme view. That's not good. That's where that's where you should not go. You should go in the middle way. Not exaggerate. Don't say nothing. Don't impose don't add on something like arrow. That's not feather. Feather is just, you just add it on. So that's you add on so many things. Don't do that. It kind of like takes you far away from reality because you put so much there. What you're seeing is 95 is just projected. That's what you're seeing. You are not really seeing just 10%. What is it? What it is? You are not seeing that because you are obscured by 90%. Of course, like 90% bigger number, so your mind, there will be 90 thoughts. There will be just 10 thoughts, the fact. So that's why extreme view, super exaggerate, no good. Saying doesn't exist, no good. Middle way. So better choice of word, English word, beside emptiness. I don't know. I have nothing to offer here.
Geshe-la, there are two words that get used in English sometimes, thusness and suchness. And they don't have any other meaning. I mean, when I just hear suchness, it doesn't convey an idea like emptiness conveys that idea of something isn't there.
We have equivalent word in Tibetan, chuni, tejini, same, there's a translation. Tibetan chuni, tejini make 100% sense. Suchness, thusness, does that make sense to you? I don't know.
No,
don't know.
they seem to point to something that is kind of subtle and very difficult to understand, which, is kind of like emptiness. It's,
Yeah. So, but in the same time, please don't expect to understand emptiness within like 1 hour. That's impossible. Don't do that. It's impossible. I went to monastery when I was 7 years old. So now I'm 58 years old. Still struggle. So it's not how many years now. Yeah, 70 years, no clue why I'm there in the monastery. 7 to till like 14, 15, just memorizing prayers. No clue what I'm memorizing. If somebody asks, please explain, I have zero explanation, no explanation, because I don't understand. 16, 17, then slowly studying philosophy. This get better, but now it's been many years. Still experiencing, understanding better, experience require meditations. I sleep most of the time. So how you're going to experience emptiness by sleeping? So that's I have experience of ignorance, that's for sure. Yes, but meditations.
Geshe-la, before we close, you said shunyata shun is peace. What about the second part of the word, yata?
Probably just peace, I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. Assuming, could be incorrectly assuming consciousness. Just assuming shun means peace, that's 100% sure. Shunyata, maybe ask someone who have better knowledge of Sanskrit. I don't have knowledge of Sanskrit, maybe someone who has, ask them. So, so maybe like Panditji or some, okay. Or maybe talk to Google. So say what Google says. Yeah, so now I think that's enough. That's enough. So now come back to Philip's question. So glass on the table, broken glass on the ground, same thing. There's like I don't know what to say, yes or no. So, but probably need to have discussion with Philip 101, so to understand. So we have brief discussions, that's not long enough. Yeah, so that's just stop there. Otherwise, it'll go on and on. No good. So now I'm going to recite some mantras. I've been doing this. Take only 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Some of the mantra for your health, some of the mantra for your longevity, some of the mantra to prevent untimely death. People ask Geshe-la, like, I have not really, it's very hard. So then since then I decided, to say this mantra. So when you hear the mantra according to the scriptures, that you get benefit of that. One of the center members now is gone, he's gone. So he said that he felt benefit hearing this mantra. One time he almost had accident, dying, death by accident, that's considered as untimely death. So he said, so now he's not here, otherwise you can ask him. There's few mantras, only take 2 minutes or maybe minute and a half. We just listen. Lama Dumba Jumde de Tisha Jabana, Mayanda Bazovela, Gumbo Yabado, Nevala, Chazulo, Chodo, Jabdo, Jumde de Tisha Jabana, Mayanda Bazovela, Jesudo, Jana, Chazulo, Chodo, Jumde de Tisha Jabana, Mayanda Bazovela, Jetsi, Pumbazuma, Chazulo, Chodo, Dumso, Amid Island, this Dumso, Amid Island, Dumso, Amid Island, You did in the Zoa made the Major Malays and Magamed, what you want to Sandy Savamela, Chazulo. Namo Bangawa de Aparamida, Ayunjana Sumbone, Tata Tata Arahades. The Atamone Maabane Aparamida Pune Aparamida Puni Gana. Sombaro was the Omazawa Zamagara Parashute, the Mate Ganga, the Samba, the Samba, the Mahana, Paraguaso. Omnamo Bangava de Aparamida, Ayanazuman, the Tatanzana, Tataka, Ara, the Samia Samuda, Theatre. Ompune Bune Mahabune, Aparamida, Bune, Aparamida, Punejan of the Moro. Omzawa Zamagara Parashute, the Mate Ganga, the Samba, the Samba, the Mahana, Paraguaso, Omnamo Bangava de Aparamida, Ayan. Subune Titatinzo Razaya, Tatangataya, Araha, the Samia Sambuddha, Theatre Ompune Bune Mahabune. Aparamida Bune, Aparamida, Pune Jana, Sombaro was the Omzawas. Karapareshide Damade Ganga, the Samba, the Samba, the Mahana, and Paraguaso. So. Jimichi, Samatumana, T. Mela Sabami was seven. Chimere, then you don't know. Oh, to Jacola, you mentioned that there's a doing, don't do as a to so the Major Bedel Chazolo. Omnamu Bangawa, the Begas, the Guru Benduya, Tambara, Tatakata, Ara, the Samia, Sampudaya. They are on Begas, the Begas, the Mam, Begas, the Begas, the Razasamoga, Omnamu Bangawa. Because the Guru Benduya, Tambaradaya, Tatangataya, Ara, the Samia Sampudaya, they are on Begas, the Mam, Begas, the Begas. Razasamoga, the Omnamu Bangawa, the Begas, the Guru Benduya, Tambaradaya, Tatangataya. Araha de Samya Sambudaya de Adam Begaze Begaze Mahan Begaze Begaze Raja Samoga de So Gavadi Tia Salango Barasho. All right, that's done. So now dedication. Let's go on. Next Sunday, before the questions, need to read. So I need to read. So now it's been 2 Sundays.
Okay, in the Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 246. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And now on page 244 in the Gold Prayer Book, the Long Life Prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And on 245, the Long Life Prayer for Khensen Rinpoche. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatari, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama, ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And now in the Gold Prayer Book, if you'll turn to the inside of the rear cover, then we'll have the prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Lozang father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you are the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the understanding truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And now the green Tara mantra for Geshe Geluk and Geshe Sangpo's long, happy, healthy lives. Om Tari Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tari Tu Re Soha.
Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday. All my friends on Zoom and YouTube, have a wonderful Sunday. I'm not sure who's translating for people in Patagonia. Oh, Ananda, thank you.
Gracias, Marcelo. Chau, chau. Gracias a todos.
Gracias, Marcelo. Te escucho muy bien, gracias.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Marcelo.
Thank you, Linda.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.